The Romanian Embassy in Abuja has suspended their operations or activities in Abuja. So everything now has been shifted or pushed to Dakar in Senegal. So for you, as an international student, maybe you got admission or maybe you are still planning to apply to schools, just know that everything you're going to do regarding your visa application is all pushed to Senegal now. Now, what does that mean? It means that you need to factor in going to Senegal or moving to Senegal for visa application process or whatever you have to do with Romania. Is this a good news? Of course, it's not. It is a bad news. Do you know why? Because I know a lot of people who are channeling their energy, who have gone through the process of legalization, who are actually on the process of school applications, people who actually got offers, people who have gotten admission in Romania, and this is happening. It's not a good news. Of course, it's not. Now, what does this tell you? What does this signal to you now? It signals to you now that possibly other embassies, other countries definitely might end up doing the same thing. Why? If there is enough traffic. Two, if they're trying to reduce the numbers of immigrants coming to the country. Three, maybe if they're trying to enforce new laws or regulations. Now, what does this leaves you now as somebody who is trying to move? This is where you try to diversify. This is where you try to look at other options. I've talked about a lot. I've posted about a lot of videos. I've thought about a lot. In fact, I've actually kind of like tried to elaborate this in different ways without even knowing that it's going to happen. For example, the one that happened with Romania right now. Let me say this again. I've said it before. I've banked so much on Slovenia, even though the fact that you need to go to Egypt to apply for the visa. I've banked so much on it. Like I said, I gave you guys a deadline. I said from now till December, January, the Slovenia you are seeing today is not going to be what it's going to be 2027. Do you know why? People are going to shift. The narrative is going to shift towards these places. Slovenia, Slovakia, possibly Latvia as well, Croatia, all the narrative will be on these places. All right. And once the narrative now shifts to these places, it's going to become so difficult. That might end up being suspension, or maybe that might end up being a pause to certain countries. If you're somebody who has been listening to me, or maybe you've been watching my videos, possibly I would say you make that move. Remember, the only way to stay ahead of the 1% or maybe the 10% of people is for you to be what? Be one step ahead of the game. You need to play the game differently. I've tried to kind of like articulate this thing in so many ways. Maybe let me say it this way. I've said it the same thing, but let me say it this way. If people are going north, go south. If people are going south, go north. That's the only way you stay ahead of the game. Imagine, for example, last year, people were not looking at Romania. People were like, what is it? Romania this, Romania that. I've had calls with people last year. I said, hey, why not look at Romania? The localization is not going to cost you anything. Why not go there? People are like, no, this and that. Now, since this year now, a lot of people now channel their energy towards Romania, and this is happening. Now, what does that left to them? They have to go back and do what? And go back to their drawing board and try to do what? Draw new plans. If you are somebody who is smart enough, somebody who can articulate things, maybe who has kind of like a level of logical reasoning, I will say you go back to your drawing board, try to evaluate things, look at your options, look at how you can play the game differently. Because it's when you play the game differently, that's when you win. To me, personally, what I would say is, for example, if you're trying to look at options, for example, okay, we have Bulgaria, but when it comes to Bulgaria legalization, it's a nightmare. Romania now is out of the way, but if you can as well, let's say you have the extra income to fly to Dakar, to fly to Senegal to apply for visa, fine. For example, people who have gotten admission in Romania, is not left for you guys. Two options. It's either you turn down your admission. Now, the worst part of it is if you have paid tuition fee. If you have paid tuition fee, you have nothing else but, like, to me, I would say you have to gather the courage, like, muscle up, fly to Dakar and do whatever you have to do with your visa. or unless you want to still go back to another country, start the process all over again. That will be waste of time, waste of resources as well. Like it's not even waste of time, it will be like extra time, extra cost, because you need to start all over again. But if you already have your offer letter from Romania, I would say find extra income to go to Senegal and do whatever you have to do, guys. That's just the way it is right now. All right. So maybe if you're somebody now who was you were looking at Romania before, and before this thing happened now, what do you need to do? Look for another alternative. And finally, let me just try to end it here. I don't want this video to be so long. A lot of people say that they can't factor in moving to another country to apply for visa. But looking at it now, the way things are going, the only way, like the only option left right now is either you factor in moving to another country, or you challenge the ones that are back home, like the ones you already have. And when I mean challenge them, I mean you competing with thousands of people who are submitting for the same application. Remember, when an embassy meets their quota for the year, other ones submitting are just nothing, you know? So, for example, like Italy visa quarterly, once the embassy meets that quota, other ones is left to whoever that is left to. They can't do anything. Now, what does that leave you now? Factor in moving to another country to apply for your visa, especially going to Egypt. Like most of these countries now, the embassies are in Egypt. For example, Slovakia, Slovenia, Estonia, Latvia, Croatia. All these places are all in Egypt. Factor in moving to another countries. At least you need to budget an extra money for that. After I've gotten your admission and everything all sorted out, you need to factor in your extra money moving to those places. Like I've said, look at it from the mindset of an investor. You are investing your time, your energy, your resource as well, in order to reap it later. That is your return on investment. We come to you now when you have moved to that country, spend some times there. Now, when I mean reaping, now your return on investment, it comes in different forms. It comes in documentations, it comes in good relationships, it comes in connections, it comes with having an enabling environment. These are your dividends, what you reap after you have spent all this time, energy, resource in trying to get a visa. Remember, visa is a tool. That's not the goal. What is the goal? The goal is freedom. The goal is movement. The goal is better opportunities. The goal is good lives for yourself and for your future, like for your future children or maybe to your families. These are the goal. The visa you're looking for is a tool. Now, you know what you want, you go for it. I'm just here just to let you know, to give you the information and to as well try to align you in different ways, try to give you different perspective, try to put thoughts in your head, for you to actually go back, sit down, go back to your drawing board and see what you can come up with. All right, so that is for the video. And I know it's disappointing for the Romanian thing. I know a lot of people who are so much disappointed, but hey, you need to what? Gather the courage, move on. Remember, when the going gets tough, it's only the tough that gets going. All right. I'll see you on the next one, guys. If you have any question, please, you are more than welcome. Leave it on the comment section. Below the video description, there's a link to Nomads Network. Click join the community, ask questions. A lot of people who are trying to move in different places, asking questions, supporting each other, so you can be one of them. And if you want to maybe talk to me or one of the team members, in order for us to align you, to put you on track, to give you possible solutions, or maybe to put you on track, to assist you in so many ways, reach out to us, send us an email or book a call with us. All right. If you're sending an email, remember it is a paid service. Nothing is done free. If you're booking a call, it's also a paid service as well. Just bear this in mind. Our time is so valuable. All right. So we always try to manage our time and to work with people who are paying us for our time. All right. So if you want to be one of those people, you're more than welcome. Send an email or book a call, and we are ever ready to work with you. And apart from that, guys, see you on the next one. So subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, comment I'm new here, and officially, personally, I will welcome you to the channel and answer whichever question you have. All right. Bye for now, guys. Ciao.